Alrighty, I don't know who all's going to watch this, but this is my Buster Blader deck profile. I've had this put together since the deck came out, and have been gradually working on it since new support keeps coming out for it. I've been really excited to play this deck. Quarantine has it to where I can't show anybody off the new builds featuring the new Link monsters and stuff like that. But I think I'd show you all, kind of tell you how some of the combos and stuff work, and get some suggestions from you guys. So let's get right into it. So, starting us off, we have the man of the hour himself, Buster Blader. Oh, stupid things coming out of focus. Sorry about the second one not being secret. It happens. So, you run these two because these are the two that you are probably going to be using the most for your trap cards and such, because most of your stuff specifies his name and he doesn't count for it. But I might be running more of him because of how the Link monster functions with the deck and the fact that he is searchable while he is not. But his other effect, where he equips stuff that's destroyed and then blows stuff up with that type, doesn't come up very often, but it is still there, so if you equip something to him, you can blow up stuff with that attribute. Yeah, doesn't come up very often, but it's still there for your options. So, then we have your Searcher, 3 of Buster Wope. He's a level 1 tuner. That's super important for later. He is your Searcher. He searches your spells, your traps, all your archetypal stuff, plus, this stupid guy. Then he has 2 different effects. You can either tribute him to special summon a Buster Blader from your graveyard, or if he's in your graveyard and you have a Buster Blader on your field, you can summon him back, and help extend your plays. Neither of these come up very often. You're normally linking him off almost immediately for other stuff, but it does help make synchro plays, and the deck loves synchro plays. Sorry if the audio is super inconsistent. I'm recording off a phone. Okay, so then we have 3 of the newest, well, not newest in terms of this deck, but the most important boy of the hour. This guy's getting splashed into absolutely everything. Almost everybody knows what he does, but for those of you who are uncultured, this is a level 1 Dark Tuner. Doesn't come up very often, but it does matter for some of the tech choices I have later. He is a level 1 tuner that can equip himself to a Buster Blader that you control, and then special summon himself from that equipped monster once per turn. While he's equipped to a monster, your opponent can't summon stuff from the extra deck. Fantastic Floodgate. Very good card. Then we have the one of Wizard Buster. He's just he doesn't do the same thing. He's not a tuner, and he doesn't do the same thing as this guy where he can summon himself. You use him as an additional equip target if he's already in the graveyard, or if you have him in your hand. He's just an Abyss Dweller. Nothing much else than that. He's just another searchable thing. And he doesn't come up very often, but having a searchable Abyss Dweller is always super helpful. Alrighty, and then we got the primary engine of the deck that kind of helps this guy get going. So we are running a Crusadia package of 3 Draco, 3 Arborea, and 3 Reclusia. We are running this as a supplementary package as we need ways to get Link monsters and other monsters on the board. Arborea being a tuner is also kind of funny. Can help search her out of the deck sometimes off of one of the cards in our extra deck. And because if you don't know how Crusadias work, they can special summon to zones Link monsters point to. It's very simple stuff. Draco is used for Guard Dragon plays, and the rest of these 2 are used for starters to help fuel and continue the plays. Arborea is used for protections if somebody tries to interrupt you in the middle of your Crusadia plays in the middle of comboing. Okay, and then we got one ofs. So we got Red Eyes Darkness Metal, Light Pulsar, Phantasme, and unfortunately Gen Synchron. So this is used for Guard Dragon plays. Almost every Guard Dragon deck in the format's using him. Everybody knows what he does. He's super good. Now it's time to explain some of these. This is the only Phantasme I own. It was just to kind of take up another deck slot. I can't even remember what I cut for this, but I cut something just to put this in the deck. It's just a deck filler right now, especially just because I'm trying to mingle around a little bit. I might add more of him. I might take him out. He's just another body, essentially. He doesn't come up very much. His level's kind of helpful. So, the Light Pulse Sword Dragon, while being a weird choice, is kind of a spicy tech. He combos very well with the Red Eyes Darkness Metal. Helps give me more fuel to keep playing and comboing off. He's normally my search off of Heretic Seal. And then Jet Synchron is the replace for Glow Up Bulb. It's just because he can recur himself at least once. It's helpful. He's a level 1 tuner. That's going to come up a lot. Level 1 tuners are very helpful. Now we're moving on to our spell cards. We have the in-archetypal one, 2 Destruction Swordsman Fusion. This is a quick play spell card that functions as pretty much a searchable super poly. Sadly, it doesn't have the protections, but it allows you to fusion summon using your opponent's monsters. So you have this set and you make the dragon on their turn, and then they normal summon. You can eat that normal summon and stop them almost their entire turn. Hilarious when it happens. Then we have 3 copies of World Legacy Guard Dragon. Just extender. Doesn't really matter if you open up too much of these. Saryuja normally always fixes the problem. 3 of World Legacy Succession. You never complain about running Monster Reborn at 3. I know this one's an ultra. But I'm sorry, I've never complained about running Monster Reborn. Funnily enough, don't actually run Monster Reborn, but this one helps if you only open 1 Crusadia. This card helps you go combo off instead. So it kind of makes up for the loss. Then we have 3 Called by the Grave. Being a combo deck and everything, getting ashed absolutely sucks. And the obligatory 1/1-for-1. We run a lot of level 1 monsters. This thing is super helpful. Also helps dump those Buster Bladers out of your hand. Now we're on to the trap cards. We play 6 of them. We have 3 copies of Prologue of the Destruction Swordsman. This is a wall of text, and this thing is ridiculous. So this is normally what you're searching off of your level 1 boy, your Rhoda, kind of. What this does is allows you, for cost, to mill a Destruction Sword card and a Buster Blader out of your deck, and then you get to special summon, not synchro, the synchro monster from your extra deck, and then I think the turn after this effect resolves, he blows himself up. Bummer deal, but if you set it up properly, that never really matters. And then it has a banish effect that... yes, it prevents your Destruction Sword cards from being destroyed. So once you set up the lock, these things can be used to protect your level 1 guy or your Abyss Dweller. It's going to help keep things from ruining your lock. Then we have 2 copies of Destruction Sword Memories. This is your awful way of special summoning Buster Blader, but you more want to mill it off of this. And it's because in the graveyard, this acts as a miracle fusion. You can banish your guys out of the graveyard and make the fusion monster. Super easy. And if you've gone full Guard Dragon combo, the rest of the materials other than the Buster Blader are pretty easy to come by. Easy game. Easy life. And then the one of, we run Destruction Sword Flash. I'm sorry, but banishing Raigeki is pretty cool, and it offers a little bit of protection. Not the worst thing in the world. Yeah, so that's it for the main deck. So let's get on to that extra deck. So we are running 1 copy of the Buster Blader Link monster. This was recently released in Dual Overload. I hate reading off my phone. I'm planning on playing more than one of this guy, but he just requires 2 monsters, and then you get to mill a Destruction Sword card out of your deck, and then summon a Buster Blader from your hand. So and it says Buster Blader monsters, so it helps get that obligatory extra name out of your deck, and not out of your deck, out of your hand. And then it helps continue your plays from there. It doesn't really matter what it does after that. Since this can be used as link material, you just link this thing away as fast as you can. The arrows aren't too bad, but now that we're Master Rule 5, it doesn't really matter. We have 2 of the Fusion and 2 of the Synchro Monster. Planning on adjusting these to maybe about 3 ofs. The dragon, he acts kind of like a zombie world. All monsters on your opponent's side of the field become dragons. And then once per turn, quick effect, you can special summon a Buster Blader out of your graveyard. No. If you don't control a Buster Blader, this is not a quick effect. Wrong effect. If you don't control a Buster Blader, you can special summon one out of your graveyard, and then quick effect during either player's turn, you can equip one of your Destruction Sword guys out of the graveyard to a monster you control. Then the big guy, he can't attack directly, but all dragons your opponent controls are locked into defense position and have no effects, and he gains 1,000 for each one. Big guy, you kind of just use him for his body and the fact that he needs the equipment and a quick body to add from his quick effect to set up the lock. Alright, that's it for that archetype. So then we run, for Crusadias, we run 2 Magius and 1 Sapatha. The Magius are used to search Draco, and Sapatha is just used for Guard Dragon plays. Everybody's probably seen these at some point. They've been played quite a bit. Then we have your 2 Guard Dragons, Elpie and Pisty. Everybody knows what these things do. Frankly, I'm surprised he hasn't gotten banned yet. Give his Agripane back. I'll do anything. So I use your Skull Dread and our Hieratic Seal. Standard Guard Dragon stuff. I was running this at 2 before, running at 1 to make room for the Buster Blader Link monster. It's working out pretty well, but you can switch out the numbers however you see. Then we have Halka Fibrax. This actually doesn't come up very much, but it can, I guess. I've never used it, but it can come up. I'm running it at 1. Might cut it for another Buster Blader Link monster, but we have yet to see. Then we have Linkuriboh. He's just kind of used to help get out of our level 1 guy, so that way we can start using the Crusadia monsters to start link climbing. Spicy stuff. Might be running the Relinquished Link, but haven't tried that out, and also his arrow's facing up, not down. So, again, we'll have to see. Then we have 2 spicy techs. First off, we have Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss. This used to be our Agripane target, but because you can hard make him in this deck, he is wonderful. Summoning Tuners back. Excellent card advantage. Being another negate on a huge body is just fantastic, and the fact that he's a Dark Dragon. Excellent typing. Everybody knows this. Then we have the spiciest tech, Draco Berserker of the Tenyi. I always forget what this guy does, but he just banishes it. It's so good. You can banish, when your opponent's monster activates effect, you banish it. It's just, and then he gains, he's just like another kind of Boral Sword. He's just big and chunky. It's pretty spicy. He doesn't come up very often, but it is nice to have a toolboxy option to help keep advantage rolling in your favor. More often you're going into Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss, but he is always an option. So that is it for the profile. I hope I did a good job. I hope you guys don't roast me too bad on sounding bored and dead inside. But that's it, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I hope to hear you guys' criticisms in the Discord channel later. So, thank you very much for watching.